You're listening to Pro Booth Talk, education and insights for photo booth company owners.
Or he's
How do I screen
He might
record
be.
some of this? How come I don't know how to do this?
you guys been
No,
using
but
this
we
for now.
are live right now. We just
Oh,
went live.
hey, everybody.
Pull up
All right.
the well, welcome to Pro Booth Talk.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hey,
It's
Jason,
April
Billy.
2nd.
What's up, guys? What's up,
What's up?
everybody?
Still a little slow to start with our lives. We're getting it together, but pull this up in another browser so we can do some shares.
You know, we have a minute, I think. Oh, there we go. We're gonna watch ourselves getting questioned and stuff. That's what I wasn't looking at last time when people were asking questions and stuff.
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
me.
trying to pull up right
Me
now.
too.
A minute.
Hey.
Were you waiting very long, man? Usually I have like a doorbell or something when someone's waiting.
Went in there for 15 minutes.
Oh, no, you weren't there 15
Yeah,
minutes.
that's impossible. They let me in.
Just kidding. No, I was looking back right now, so hopefully y'all don't catch a virus over the computer.
You give us the Rona. That's what I have at home.
Yeah. So later, I was looking at. So I'm getting my website rebranded, not rebranded, but redone. It's about
I'm
time.
about to do that too.
Yeah. So I'm working with somebody that is new. I don't know if they want me to say it or not yet, but they're doing mine as kind of because they've been dealing with like my SEO and stuff, and they wanted to use me as a guinea pig to see what they can do with my website
Kind of scary, man.
because they really like
That's
it.
a big deal to let someone run tests on.
Well, I mean, it's
Someone
like he
legit.
knows what he's
Yeah.
doing. Yeah, it's somebody
Yeah.
legit that knows what they're doing. You know,
Hey,
Yeah.
we're
they've
working
been
with the
doing
same person. We're working with the same person,
like
bro.
the person that did my website at the beginning is Cherie. So it has to be somebody that is at that high caliber that I would trust to be able to do that. And so I'm just checking it out. It looks fucking awesome, man. Like they did one version of it and they're like, "Hey, be as mean as you can." And I was like, "Easy." So I sent them back with all like this whole list of boom, 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 boom. And then like a week later, they redid it. Everything I said, I was like, "Damn,
Wow.
So I'm just
pretty
gonna
good."
copy your old website since you're not using it anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good to because even when Cherie did mine, I did a lot of changes and stuff to it. But I'm just almost like a one-man show because my guys won't get on the website because of the template that we use is just so hard to understand and
Is
to
it
figure
WordPress?
out.
Is it WordPress?
It is WordPress, but it's a template that's inside of WordPress. So each template inside of WordPress has their own type of builder. And
Yeah.
this builder is just so difficult to deal with, and I hated it for so long that I was ready for it to be upgraded, once I get up to a certain level. And so that level has been this year.
Yeah, on top of the each theme having its own builder, you typically are using like plugins that all have their own builder set up as well. It's a and
You know what?
then
I'm
recently
about
they
to ask him.
switched over.
Is it just me or me sounding kind of loud?
Am I loud?
Last time I was loud, I didn't know. So I'm trying to keep
Oh,
it low.
that sounds fine. Jason sounds fine. Billy, you sound low.
I sound low?
Oh, what are you using?
I'm using my camera.
But what are you
Yeah,
using for your
he doesn't
mic?
have a mic.
No.
See
Should
these
I
right
get
here?
on my
The
headset? All right, let me get on my
AirPods makes a difference.
All
Yeah,
right,
it makes
you're
a
right.
difference. Plus,
Where's yours coming
we
from,
may
Lap?
catch up echoes
I
when
had to
we're
freaking buy
recording your
these.
voice.
I
Yeah,
had to
see,
buy
she sounds
these.
fine.
Let me get it.
Billy, you sound cheap. Be using that Chinese microphone, bro.
Man, it's a Logitech C920 or something like that. Hold on. Let me find one.
I can't get this link, guys.
What link?
This link to share.
To share what? To share the thing? What's
Yeah.
wrong with it?
Yeah, Sean said I'm quiet too.
Yeah, me and Min were loud last time.
No, I see it fine. It's because we got these earpods, man. The earpods they dope. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Look, I even got captioning. That's cool. It's got captioning on it. No, I don't want to leave.
All right, let's try. But yeah, I think Min, we're using the same person right now.
For what?
for our websites.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many letters is in his first name? 6?
What? 1, 2. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, I gotta get on that too.
Yeah, he knows that I know you guys, and I've been trying to push him off to you guys. Oh
What's up,
my
Sean?
God, here we go with the Billy part 2.
Hey, Sean.
What's up, Shy?
Thanks for joining us.
No, I thought I'd drop in, just talk about my haul that I just got here, driving home.
All right,
You
what'd you score?
I bought a couple flashpoint pistol grip stands from a lady in a parking lot.
What?
Yeah,
You serious?
yeah, the flashpoint stands, pistol grip, it has wheels on it, so you can move it around and you can mount your laptop, camera, strobes, whatever, and you can move it around. It's good for,
Like the tripods.
yeah, with wheels. But then you can
Oh yeah,
mount
I
like the
got those.
pistol grip on there so the pistol grip makes it easier for you to slide up and down, like if you want to move your flash all the way up or down, or if you can put a laptop table onto there too, so if you're shooting like tether shoot and to print or whatever, works out perfectly, and very mobile.
Nice.
So I got 2 of those for really cheap, so 2 for the price of less than 1.
Oh,
Man, you can't beat that. Look, Sean been trying to buy something all week. He's been texting me. The first
Yeah.
time he was like, "No." He's like, "Man, trying to buy it." Then he argues with himself, "No, I'm not gonna buy it." And then he texts me again. And he's like, "Man, what do you think about this?" I'm like, "No, don't buy it."
Yes.
how I sound now, guys?
We're all
That's
bad
how.
influences on each other. Unfortunately, that's
You
just how the game
you
is.
still sound like a cheap Chinese headphone.
Yo, these are AirPod Pros, man.
They're not
AirPod
Yeah,
connected.
Pros.
I don't think you're connected to your
I don't think you're connected.
AirPods.
Oh, probably the speaking one, right?
Bluetooth, turn on your Bluetooth.
We call that it's the mic,
No, I hear you. I hear you.
You
I
hear
hear
us,
you.
the
but
speaking
we can
one.
tell that it's not on.
But
Try.
Jason, you sound really soft too.
Yeah, last time you did.
Really?
Like
Well,
I was
he's
Wonder
a
why.
watching on the
he's a
Facebook
teddy bear.
Live. Yeah, on the Facebook Live, you're pretty soft.
Let me see what I can figure out.
So, Sean, since we have you on right now, I saw you were doing some big things again.
Yes.
Big things again.
What
So
big things are
like
these?
that event where the last time I was on the call, like they were trying to decide where they were gonna put me. They went from indoor to outdoor to
Yeah.
3rd level near the kids section, and then they went back to put me where they originally wanted me.
Yeah.
So, and I found that out like a day in advance. So
How'd it go?
it went well. I ordered some extra like covers to hide myself. So it ended pretty well. So they liked it and they want to bring us back for more.
Hey.
Who is
Yeah, like
they?
some basketball team.
Basketball, like G League,
No, like the NBA, man.
the NBA, man, the big leagues.
So
Nice, boss.
they're gonna try to incorporate it into their partner packages, so that so their partner can do all the pay for everything going forward.
Nice.
That's the way it's supposed to be, you know.
You talking about this is after all the sample stuff that you have been sending out? That stuff.
No, this was after the event that we just did for them. So.
Mm,
Mm. Yeah, because that
nice.
event they had a partner pay for everything, and like we gave them a little like few extras. We wrapped our men booth and things like that just to stand out, because like they had the reps from their partner come by and take a look. They really liked what we did. So sometimes you just have to give a freebie to pull in the bigger stuff.
Yup. I tell my employees that all the time. They're like, "Why are you always doing this for free?" I was like, "Why do you think we always get all the big shit?"
It's kind of
Like we need to take photos, like it don't cost us much to make a wrap. Like let's just throw it in there. We make it in house.
Sometimes I
yeah.
feel like when you try to sell it, it's hard for them to imagine it until you're actually live at the event, and then that makes such a huge impact when they actually see it.
Yep.
Yep.
So the first time might be a
100%.
freebie. Yeah, first time might be a freebie, but after that, it becomes like one of
Yeah.
their have
You can
to.
throw it in later.
Yeah.
That's how I got this the Macy's Lancome stuff. So I did one for Macy's in the beginning for like really really cheap, and then Lancome calm, they say like that, right? And they saw what I was doing. Now it's been like even pre-pandemic, I have these like maybe like 5 or 6 events a year for them, so it's pretty awesome.
You stole my customer, bro.
That's your customer? Whoops, sorry.
Was my customer. Good job, bro. High five. High five. Hey, if we could just steal it in rotation, that's
Just
fine.
keep it in the
That's funny.
Just keep it, steal it in the rotation. I don't
yeah.
really care.
Let's just keep
That's
it in the
funny.
family. Look at it. I'm rocking the boot active today. Where's
Okay, but Timo couldn't join us
Timo's not even
today.
here.
Yeah.
I wore that shirt a couple days ago.
yeah. Not to a photo booth meeting. You were on a regular work call and stuff.
I gotta expose the outside world to it too.
They were like,
I'll
what
be
the
right.
hell is that? They're like, what the hell is that? So how come
So
Timo can? Yeah.
what else have you been up to? Billy, you've been busy over there.
Yeah, well, actually, this week I haven't because last week, so it was spring break for the kids, and I kind of dedicated my whole week to them. So it was like, there's one of those
Nice.
weeks where I decided not to freaking do anything, Had stuff going on, my guys handled it, but like for me, I was mostly hands off. So I was like, more like before the week started, I was like, hey, everything's over here, over here, over here. Guys, just go grab it, don't call me, right? So it worked out. Nobody called me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm at a point where I'm able to be like, hey, just don't call me. But all these other ones, you really can't stop answering them. Like saying like, like people who call you for jobs and stuff, like leads and stuff like that. You have to physically, like for me, because I do a lot of white labeling. So people are like, they text you, be like, hey, you free this day? They free that day? You can't be like, hey, listen, I'm on vacation. So no, So it has to be like straight up. You gotta answer them right away. So that's why, like, I guess my family understands now why I'm always on my phone. But
Yeah.
whenever I get to put it down, I put it down. Who's calling me on fireside now? Who did that?
I don't know. How's my volume? Is it any better?
That's good. I'm not answering this call. Somebody's gonna take that call. One of you guys. Who did that?
Hal.
How?
Maybe he's trying to figure out how to get on.
Tell him to.
Yeah, that's something like
The link is above. Scroll up.
I'm trying to relink it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find balance with that, Billy.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I hold reservations about just being like, hey, I got my kids today.
Sometimes it just depends. I know. I mean,
I mean, I'll still respond and stuff, but
yeah.
I'm trying
I
to
know.
find some balance with that, with the limited time that I have.
Yeah.
Did you guys
true.
hear what I said before I dropped off?
No.
No.
Oh, really? You didn't even know I dropped off? My
Yes.
my
No, it's 'cause
audio
I
and
went
video
to the kitchen.
froze. Yeah, it froze, dummy.
Oh no, it's because probably Hal was calling your phone at the same time. That's
Yeah,
why.
I think
Yeah.
that's it.
So we gave him the link. Let's see if he joins.
So Sean, this client that
he's
you,
at work.
yeah, he's about to start an event. He was going to jump on. Sean, so this client that you initially had, they weren't for the pitch initially, right? When you first brought it up to
Yeah,
them, they weren't. Yeah, like you really had to work to win their business over time, no?
right. So, I mean, because we started by doing 360s for them, and then eventually they started, like other departments within the organization hired us for photo booths, and then I started pitching cards to them, but they never fit, until
Yeah.
I actually brought the cards to an event and showed them and let them play with it. They were in love and like signed up for an event 2 weeks later.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, 2 weeks after they saw the cards, we did an event for them.
Yeah.
I wish it was that easy, bro.
I
Jeez.
always say
No,
it's a
right?
hard sell. Yeah, I keep saying it's a hard sell. That's just like, I just remember you trying to sell them for some time and they just would not go for it just because they don't
They
understand the
didn't know,
concept.
or
Yeah.
the value that they get from it.
Yeah. And I
Yeah, like
remember
telling
that first
somebody a
event
trading
was wild.
card. Yeah,
You were
telling
saying?
about a trading card. Yeah, telling them about their trading card. It's a lot different than them actually like holding it and like just
Yeah.
getting the feel for everything, the quality. So
Yeah, the wow factor.
Yeah, it's a much easier sell in person.
Yeah.
and then so like they shared our information with like they're a pretty big organization, so they have a lot of departments. So like their the person that leads the cheerleaders put in like a custom order, and I thought that was pretty awesome. So we made a
Like
card for
outside of the
each
event.
outside the event that we did at home and mailed to them. So they I think it's getting delivered by tomorrow. So that was pretty exciting to do, just something different, and then something like I could do on my own time and not be
You,
rushed, you know. So I took my time on it. I got a little extra, I did a little extra than they asked, and hopefully that will lead to more things. What are you laughing about?
I got sorry guys, I'm drinking this fucking hot cocoa and it almost killed me. Oh my
Oh,
god,
your
I was
screen,
dying.
your video is being blocked by mine. I didn't even know.
You okay,
Half
bro?
of them dying. Did you see me laugh? Is that what you do? Oh, I was dying. You know when you
I'm
drink
like,
something and it goes down the wrong tube? Holy
she,
shit.
man, they can't see you.
Oh my god.
I didn't
Men
see
are,
any of it, so
Yes.
I thought lap, like why is laughing at me?
Oh my
Um,
I'm
gosh.
sorry. I was trying not to. I'm
Uh,
sorry. I can
I'm
see
like trying to hold it
everybody.
in while trying to mute the mic and shit. I couldn't find the unvideo camera. Sorry. Hot.
At least,
What are you guys drinking? I'm drinking hot cocoa.
at least if you died, right, we would caught it on video.
Yeah, oh shit.
Earl Grey tea over here.
Earl Grey tea. Not bad, not bad.
Jason kept a straight face. I think Jason can see all of us.
No,
Yeah,
there's
I'm on my desktop. I can see everybody. Yeah.
I can see everybody
there's
too.
no way you didn't catch that. I can see myself just like
No,
just like going crazy.
anybody who's gonna be watching it is gonna see it too. So we be alright.
I want to have to rewatch it later now.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no.
god.
That's
When
hilarious.
I edit it, I'll make sure that clip is highlighted.
Exactly.
Oh my god. I don't know
I'm
what
sorry.
happened.
So yeah, Sean,
Lap,
you were talking.
Dan says you need a VA lap.
I know. I know. We talk about this on the episode where we focus on VAs, and man, I struggle. I struggle, you guys, with letting go of control. Y'all know that. So
You know why? Because you the Vietnamese girl. You need the control.
See the control.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Sean. Oh damn, we lost him. Darn it.
So
What?
Sean,
No, he's here.
Sean, you were talking. You were talking about your event. I'm sorry.
I don't. It's okay. We're
he
good.
forgot. He
Move
lost his
on.
thought. He lost his thought.
We were talking about your event and how it was a tough sale at first, and then the first event
Wait,
they
did we
ate
move
it
up?
up.
I thought we moved way past that already.
Yeah, we moved on to men's hot chocolate. You're right.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I thought we moved on, and I told you about my custom order already.
Oh, the
Did you
custom
miss all that?
order, which was gorgeous. No, I got that with the cheerleaders. Those came out gorgeous.
Yeah,
Those
that's
are
awesome.
I
beautiful.
think it was
Your
the design.
client,
Did you design that?
yeah, I was gonna ask that.
No, they did. So like, it was such
Yeah,
easy
that's
work
pretty
because
good.
they did the design for me.
Yeah, so
Love
you
it,
just fulfilled it, right? You didn't even have to. It wasn't even like a live
Yeah.
event. You just fulfilled it, shipped it.
Yep.
So that's another way of selling.
I made them little magnets for free. So
There
Did
you
you
go.
do you did square ones
Yeah.
or?
See?
no, I made
Sometimes you
circle
just gotta
ones.
give them shit for free.
Yeah,
You know?
I made them little circle
It's
ones that
actually-
they can put on. I think they can put
this-
on their locker. I think it would be cool.
I mean, that'd be cool if they see the magnets and then they think for another event. Because that's what I always hope for. Like when I step up and upgrade clients, like
Mhm.
I hope that they're like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. We didn't know we could do this for events. You know, like I feel like magnets are an easy sell for stuff like that.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm about to get the gear for
About to go to my mailbox. Can you guys see this? Let's see what we get today.
You look like you're about to
Yeah,
catch a
that's what we
predator
did a lot
or
with
something.
the
He-
Romer lap when
he's
the
gonna show us
Romer
his
was
fat
new.
his fat check.
Let's
No.
fact check.
It was that fat check.
The check came yesterday.
Nice.
Dang
Fat
it!
bills.
Dang it! Should have timed that.
Actually, you're right. Makes me have to chase some people to pay me right now.
What were you saying, Jason, about the Romer? You had a Romer event.
No, I mean just in years ago when the Romer was new, that's kind of how we introduced it. We would just do it as a free add-on to a lot of people that had already booked, so they could get a
Yeah.
taste.
And it was surprising.
Here's a good thing for you guys, a good question. You know, some people when they want to start off and they want to do things to try to get like photos and whatnot and all sorts of stuff. Would you rather do it for free or do it at a very low cost?
What are we doing
and
for
try to
free
get
or a
some
low
money out.
cost? What was the first part of the question?
Anything, any new service. What do you think is better? To do it for free?
Personally,
cost?
I feel like if you discount something, because this is kind of how I receive things when someone discounts it to me, I feel like they're discounting it to their actual price, so that now I have like a subconscious like perceived value, where if it's donated for free, I feel like it's a gift now instead of just it holds a lot more value, which it should obviously, but I would rather give something for free than to discount something, especially if it's a new service. Whenever we have like a new service, we try to donate it to like some kind of charity event so that we can fulfill our giving back aspect. And also, if you find the right charity event like a gala or something, it'll give you a good chance to get a lot of photos and content for your new service.
Really? Yep.
If you're typing, bro, mute it.
Oh, my bad.
He's keeping minutes on our conversation.
I'm in the camp of both. It just depends on the situation. Like certain things that you can't really sell at a discount. Like I feel like trading cards, y'all keep hearing me say like how tough a sell that is. It's such a tough sell for the cost that it's worth. So if you're selling it for like dirt cheap, of course it's not going to be a hard sell. But if you're selling it for the value of what it should be, it's a tough sell. I feel that doing that for a free would be beneficial, and that's what I did. We sponsored an event, or if they already booked like a basic booth and then I can upgrade them to trading cards just so they can see it, like that would be something that I would do for trading cards. But other things, like if like I've had clients who like reach out to me like when 360s were still new, right? And you try and sell the concept of a 360 and it's just so out there, then either doing it for free or at a discounted rate, I feel like you can go either way. It just depends on like how hard of a sell it is. If it's a tough sale, then I would prefer to do it for free so that at least I can secure that event. But if there's any chance that I think that they're going to pay something for it, I'm going to try to get them to pay the discounted rate. So at least it covers like, my operational cost plus some, So I feel like you should try to catch the feel of your client to see to like feel out if they're willing to pay something or nothing. So it depends. Yeah. So for me, it depends.
Got two sides. I think I'm with Jason on this. So
Yeah, if you're doing it,
like if you give it for free, then you don't set a price that they're going to be used to. If you give it to them at a discount, that's the price that they're going to be used to.
And that's not true, because you can right off the bat be like, this is something that we're newly offering. And I've done that with one of my clients with 360. I remember specifically like letting them know this is like new to one of our new services that we're offering, and we want to bring this to your event. We're going to offer it to you for this price, introductory price. This is not the regular price. And I've been able to step up that rate.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where you're at, though, because if you say, we want to give it to you for a discount rate, we're only going to give it to you for, say, $250 or $500 because you want to recoup your costs or whatnot, then in their head, that's your break-even point. And now they kind of feel like you come back a year later and you want to charge $4,000. They feel like, man, that's a big markup. You're making a huge profit off me, and that gives them more room to negotiate.
I don't think I was that cheap my first 360. I think I sold it to them for $2,500, which was still a lot cheaper than I would have preferred. But
that's amazing.
I mean, in your argument, you just said if you could get something just to recoup your costs.
Yeah,
so
$2,500 is something, because back in the day, but back in the day, 360s were tough to deliver. So like for you to show up to an event, like I wouldn't have wanted to do those 360s back then for free, because I used to lose sleep over them.
I did my first 360 for free, and guess what? guess what I got back from the clients? Nada. I got nothing from them. Nothing from them.
But I don't think it's more so for that one client, but I think I only do it for free so I can get content.
Yeah.
For my own website, my own stuff. I mean, it has nothing to do with the client at that point.
That specific service was so tough to deliver because of the disconnects. I was not for doing it for free.
Yeah, it wasn't how it like it is now, because now it's easier.
Yeah, now it's easier than a photo booth.
Yeah, man.
Don't say that it's easier. Come on.
It's easier than a photo booth as long as nothing goes wrong. As soon as you have issues with tech, then it's not as easy to troubleshoot. Like I
Wait,
feel like a
what do you
360.
what do you think the easiest service is?
iPad booth.
A selfie booth, a roamer. A roamer is
Yeah, I mean
pretty. You don't even.
that's why you could
You don't
drop
even
it
have to
off
set.
because it's
Yeah,
so
drop
easy.
off. Yeah.
Not
But
even like a job hub, but like a
Besides,
roamer is
wait,
probably the easiest.
besides the iPad booth. Besides the iPad booth.
Oh shit.
I mean,
think
I feel
I
like
think
360s are pretty
roaming
easy.
photography is easiest.
SMP, yeah. That's true.
Roaming
Roaming
photography.
photography most definitely is not the easiest. You say that as a with your photography background, but most people cannot say that.
That's true. Unless
Unless it's an iPad, but you
or
already disqualified iPads.
No,
or
he's saying
or if you're
specifically
printing.
a photographer. Like you actually have to
Right.
know, you actually have to understand. That's like the hardest thing you can do, because not only do you have to really understand photography, but you have to understand how to connect it to the printing station. Because most people who are booking these photography roaming photography services, even
No,
though most
I'm not printing. I'm not printing. Say that.
yeah, but
Without print.
a lot of the clients still want that printing station, even though me and Jason talked about this. Like most of your guests aren't going to walk over to that printing station to grab their print, but when you're booking it, your
Yeah.
client wants the prints. So
But
I think
back
that's
to the
one of the
free
Yeah, we
harder
just
freebie
did that
ones.
question.
yesterday. Actually, we did
Yeah.
a roaming photo booth with the print station off to the side, and I went and ran the print station. I was there for 4 hours, and 3 people came
Bored
over
out
for
of your
prints.
mind.
Yeah, it was a
Well,
long
I don't
event
even
for
work
me.
my events anymore.
Yeah, that's why I still don't laugh. It's like the first event I've worked in so long because it's
Ran out of people.
I didn't. Well, no, I just didn't want to pay someone to go sit at a table. So, I brought
For 3
my
prints.
an iPad and I did what emails and stuff I could, but it was still long.
So you know what, Jason? I'm shooting an event on Sunday. Photography. We're shooting like a photo lounge, but then the print station is going to be like on a different level. That they'll go and pick up their prints. You're saying nobody's going to come and pick up their prints,
No.
It's a
but it's going to
low.
be like,
It's a
but it's going to be a very like high end city, like high end studio kind of more.
I mean,
Not
are they
like
going to
not
get a
like
digital
roaming.
from you?
They will get a digital, yeah.
Yeah, then
for
they're
the print station,
gone.
or from
No, yeah, at
you,
the
the
print
one.
station, they have to go to the print
Okay,
station
so if they have to go to the print
send.
station for the digital, then
Yeah,
they'll go over there.
yeah.
But our roamer was doing digitals, at the point of contact. So, they actually had to want the print. And also, it was just a poor setting because it was like a Vegas theme inside Vegas. So they had like all these
That's fun.
like blackjack tables and roulette and craps tables. So everybody was at tables playing. They're not going to walk away from the table and their conversation and their chip pile and that miss a hand to go pick up a print. So it just wasn't very, very well executed.
About to do one. I'm gonna do roaming photographer. Hopefully, spot my photos, and then printing it out, and then making it into magnets.
That's what I just heard about the spot my photo print thing is not like
I was
Is
just
it?
gonna say
I know Lap had a hard time with it.
I've been telling he
You've been
Don't do it.
you were telling
Don't do
me
it.
because the event you did with me. What was it, that Jingle Ball, that Christmas one, right?
Union Station. Yeah, I've been telling Ryan, let's
Ryan,
streamline
if you're
this
hearing this,
printing. He already knows. I've been
I
telling
just
him though. Like he already knows. He's gonna hate
Are you
me.
sure?
I
It
just
doesn't have anything to do with like your
It's just
internet.
well, I mean, it is internet, but there should be a system, Ryan. There should be a system where like I mean, actually, it works with Spot My Phone, the other sharing station. But just when you're on site, you have as a photography studio, when you have all this set up, you have so many different things in your workflow, so many things going on with lighting, with like composition, your photographer, like. The more you can streamline the process for us, the easier it makes it for us. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like there shouldn't be an extra step.
yeah, I agree.
And this is
What's
coming
the
I mean,
from
what's the extra step you're talking
someone
about?
that
you
you have to
you
have a
need
whole
multiple
separate
applications.
yeah,
You
it's
need to
you
have you need it.
What?
You need the SMP print thingy, and
Uh-huh.
then you need like a hot
that's just
folders. You need a hot
the
folders thing too.
it's just a watch, so that printing is just a watch folder. It's actually not doing any sort of printing at all. You need a whole separate app to actually print it. For you to do it yourself, you can configure it, but imagine like sending your staff and you're trying to talk them into like how to figure out that workflow is you already, when you're doing a photography studio, you already have multiple apps running. Like every additional app that you add just complicates everything. Like that's how I feel about it.
But there is an app that will help you just start those apps too, called
Sure.
Restart on Crash, I think. So you
Yeah.
can pre-program that so it can start it for them, and then they just have to know to go in there and select the correct watch folder.
You
So
just make things even more complicated, Sean.
Well, what's going on
hey,
over there, Sean? Why do you have 4 phones in front of you?
Because he's a
did you not
workaholic.
know my full-time job? I am you see 4, but
He
there's
just photo
actually
booths for fun. He just photo
Holy
booths for
shit,
like
this
fun.
guy's a pimp.
this is just what's in front of me.
He sold his.
doesn't
Those are
include.
like your wife, your 3 girlfriends, your
Yep,
You're
side
exactly.
gonna get him
business.
in some trouble.
So and then there's
Sean
a
just
phone
photo
right in
booths for
front.
fun.
He sold his.
Yes.
He actually used it for to catch Pokemon, right? Like he was
Yeah,
riding his bike
Pokemon
around.
Go.
That's hilarious.
So I work in security, mobile data security, my full-time job. So it's all about managing data on a mobile device. So that's why I have a lot of test phones. So that's my day job.
Which you're about to quit and leave
No, don't
to
say
do
that.
this full time.
I'm
Don't
about to
say
get a
it.
promotion. So
Okay.
Ah,
So Michael
congratulations.
says the virtual
maybe.
booth is the easiest.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
Virtual
true.
booth?
Yeah,
But
it can
it's
be.
not the
Yeah.
easy. It's not the easiest to sell though.
No,
I mean,
I
I'm about
don't
to do
have.
one for free.
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, I've done it for free, and the client still didn't understand the concept, so it was not
Yeah.
even used. It was they didn't share it with the guests. Guests didn't
Well,
know how to
what
use
did you do
it.
with it though? Like, what did you do?
Well, they originally wanted a photography studio there, but then with politics of like different agencies and stuff, they didn't want competing photo ops. So then one of the agencies like pulled out of it. So I was like, well, there if you're gonna have guests do selfies with their phones, this is what we could do. We could brand it. All they got to do is scan this, and I set it up, showed them how to use it, showed them the website, and it's pretty easy to use. But they just couldn't. I don't know. They just couldn't like grasp it. So they didn't really share it with guests on site, and we got like no photos.
I think
I think you
I
actually
think it
need like somebody there to like
yeah.
direct people to scan that QR. Like that's what they needed. And I wish I took that step because I feel like that extra step probably would have created more engagement.
Yeah.
Definitely one like we had no photos, so having a BA there would have definitely changed that experience for them because it's pretty cool if you think the idea
Yeah.
initially is not that cool until you actually use the service itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Like,
Printing out
mosaics.
like large prints of the QR code and have them on banner stands and stuff
I think
all the way
having a
around.
BA will go the
BAs.
direction. But it was so last minute that it wasn't even like it literally was like the day before they pulled out of it, and that was like the temporary. That was like the secondary solution.
Hey guys, back to
What?
the freebie question. I want to answer that because I think the way that we do it has been really beneficial to us. Like we only give freebies to loyal clients, like corporate clients that book us year after year or multiple times a year. When I introduce a new experience, I give first dibs to my current clients that have been, coming to us year after year. And
Yeah.
because, they already love us, for a reason. So I want to reward them. Hey, we have this new experience. We want to, test it out at your event, see how you guys like it. Because when they do like it, they talk about it a lot. And the next year or their next event, they book it. And that's exactly like when I did the event for like the Cornhuskers, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, which is really big here in Lincoln or in Nebraska. Yeah, they book us for a lot of events throughout the year. So when we started doing trading cards, that was my first pitch to them was, hey, we can give trading cards. Like we were already doing an event for them. I can't remember what we are already doing for them, but then I just added, hey, we're going to do trading cards for you guys for your guests. And the guests loved it. And then at their next event that they were hosting for the public, they booked us for trading cards. So like if you work well with your loyal customers, they are going to talk about it and they're going to share their experience. So because like giving a freebie to a brand new client, it's you might win them then, but they only
If
went with you
if
because
even.
it gave them a freebie,
Yeah, I
Right.
agree.
So
Yeah. I think that's a good
That's
point
good.
that
I
I
like
think
that.
we didn't cover, because I feel like a lot of us do that. Like, it's not, you're not just giving freebies to like people who, just random people who are reaching out to you.
To,
You
like, just
usually,
will ask for it. Like, yeah,
yeah,
people.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
rarely
of
give
course.
freebies to people that ask for it.
because
Yeah, I
those,
agree. Like we'll reach out to like planners and ask like, hey, do you have a good event for this thing that we're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Because that planner, they give us a lot of business, you know, and that client may be new, but you know, it makes the planner look good, and making the planner looks good, you know, solidifies that relationship.
yeah,
Yep.
that's a good point that I don't
Yeah,
think we're
like you
talking about.
use your like existing relationships to test out new experiences. So.
And then they usually add on. So if they're already an
Mhm.
existing customer, if they're doing just basic boosts and you introduce like the roamer or the 360 or trading cards, like they either add that on as a secondary, third service, or, you know, move up to the upgraded service. So definitely, I think that's a great point. Because I do the same. Like I usually present new services to like existing clients. It's never, it's not, it's pretty rare for it to be like straight new clients unless I'm like sponsoring an event. And that's something
Mhm.
totally different. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. If it's sponsored, if it's like a gala or something, if I think the attendees are potential clients, if their price range
Yes.
is right, if it's a decent charity. Have you ever had a service you tried to donate and that people wouldn't take?
Yes.
How embarrassing. You're like,
Yeah.
fine. Didn't want to give it to you anyway.
The worst is they're like, we really appreciate your donation, but we'd rather have this service.
Yeah.
No, thanks.
No, I've had that
Gee.
happen. I'm trying to think of what I told them.
You
Do you
should come
tell
back
them
with,
no?
well, I'd rather have
Do
you
you tell
pay.
them no? We're not. Yeah, this is gonna. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I.
I can't remember either. But mine was the like runway, the treadmill thing when we did that a few years ago, and we reached out to a charity, and they said that they would rather have the headshots donated. And we declined, of course. But
You
You
guys
know,
declined.
recently,
yeah, is that we
Well,
don't need to like we do it to test it out and to get content, and we don't need content of headshots. We've got all that.
Yeah.
so
So
I've actually had a person say, "Hey, okay, we'll take your iPad, a mobile aura, right? So it's kind of like a drop off kind of thing." And all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, can we like we already say, hey, we're a sponsor kind of thing, and they're like, hey, we want prints." I'm like, you just went from a drop off to a full blown photo booth kind of thing. So I'm like, I don't think we can do that. I always say no. But a lot of people over here try to push it, like in New York City. They're like, hey, they were like, hey, yeah, the aggressive try to push it. Hey, look, can we do your instead of a 360, can we do your array? I'm like, no, it's a big difference.
Dang.
Yeah, it's like asking that, or as trying to like, especially for
yeah,
weddings, be
to be
like, hey,
fair though,
yeah,
like from the client perspective, it doesn't seem like there's a big difference between an array and 360. The
yeah,
client doesn't know. Like from the
Yeah.
operator standpoint, it's a massive difference.
yeah,
Like
I'll
the
do
technology and the
180
skill
on a
level.
T if you want that.
yeah, exactly. It's
I've done
crazy.
that.
Yeah, the slider thing. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's like people already they try to push it when we give them freebies. I feel like that's why I kind of stopped. No joke, I mean, I don't even sponsor things anymore. I'm like, yo, hey, look,
Okay.
I
I'm
last time,
done.
yeah, last time I sponsored somebody, I didn't get shit for it. So I'm like, hey, But as far as some sponsors are good, but then like you know, they don't know what they're doing when they say, hey, like I give out Romer for free, right? So they hired me for a thing in Florida, which is a 3-day event, but it's people is a disconnect, like especially when they're already doing an event, they have a planner that's already planning down there, and this guy, hey, I'm the owner of this company, but I want you in there, down there. So they threw me down there, and then what happened down there? I got 3 pictures. So it's like a 3-day event. I got 3 pictures, and they paid all this money, and I was like, I felt like I failed them, but they put me in a spot where nobody was going to, so I couldn't do nothing. I'm not I can't walk away, start pulling people over, and I know nothing about the company, so it was like a trade show, and that was
Hmm.
like a total failure. I don't expect a call from them ever again. That's type of it. But for this one, for one of their New York parties, right, that they do here, I consistently still give them a freebie, like as a roamer, that kind of thing. So who knows? Because they're trying to get new people to join, and use their services. So I'm always looking for their new people to come in to see my stuff.
It's
That
like an
makes sense to me.
opportunity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense
Because
to
you're
me.
already there. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not
Yeah.
just that, you know, it's free drinks and free dinner. So I'm like, hey, shit, let's go. Yeah.
Michael in the thread, in the message thread, mentioned that free events when you're starting out. Also, he said his first 30 plus events were free to build
Wait,
up.
what was
Basically,
his
use free
thread?
events for
Wow.
marketing.
Which Michael?
Wagner.
Vanner. I don't know
Rainer,
how to
Rainer, yeah.
I
say.
think
Yeah.
Which thread
when you
looking
first,
at?
I feel like when you first,
It's on the Pro Booth talk.
Oh, the
Like,
Pro
click the
Booth.
link
Got
into
it.
the.
You got it.
I feel like when you are first starting, it actually is to your benefit to be doing stuff for I don't really want to say this, but I also want to say it because like the learning curve for what we do, people think you literally just show up, turn it on, and it runs just smooth. And it doesn't work like that. Like running your first event's either free for like your family, your friends. Not only do you get content for it, but the stuff that you learn for troubleshooting is valuable when you have become a big company. Like, I cannot imagine not knowing the stuff that I know now running the company that I am running now versus when I first started. Because when I first started, I was so cheap. I was buying like the cheapest printer, which didn't have an updated driver. It created so much headache for me, but I was able to tackle all that stuff early on when like if I failed, it really didn't matter because I was nobody. My company was nothing. There was no reputation because people just booked the cheapest photo booth that they could. I was one of the cheapest at that time. So I can't imagine like failing at the level of events that we're doing now versus
Yeah.
when I first started.
Imagine that now.
Yeah, that's not even an option now.
If
Right.
your regular print booth fucks up, you know what happens now.
Yeah, because there's like now the type of events that you're doing, you're not sitting there thinking how you messed up that you failed at this one event. You're thinking, damn, like I'm about to lose a huge account. When you're new, you're not thinking of an account. You're just thinking, oh man, I lost however much for this one event. This one event. But
Exactly.
now when you've been doing this so long and you have like these established clients, you're not thinking of failing that event. You're thinking of all the lost revenue because that client's never going to call you again.
Yeah, when you're starting out,
So
for sure. Like I don't know, like 30 seems like a lot to me, but I think if you're a new company just starting out, besides your friends and family, if you just post that, you know, you charge say $800 or something, but you're going to do your first 5 events for free and 5 for, I don't know, 75% off, and the next 5 for 50% off. You know, you'll have so many people, and post that in like Facebook groups or something like that that are
Like the
jumping
party
at that
groups.
chance. And if they miss that 5, you know, at 50% off, they're going to jump on the 5 at 25% off because they don't. Now you've got that like exclusive window, and they already missed one window. So I think you could probably line up, I don't know, 5 jobs at each level pretty quickly if you're a new company.
And not only that, but like, you know, I hate the word exposure, but just doing those events when you're new, like all the people that are at the party, like you're exposing yourself to those people and, you know, your opportunity will grow. That's how I grew when I first started, you know, just doing events and the guests would be like, oh gosh, we need one of these. And so it opens up opportunity for you too. I'm not for like free events and discount events, but when you're like very new, it will be to your benefit. If you've been doing this for a while and you're still doing events for pennies or doing it for cheap, then that's more of like reevaluating your sales and stuff.
Dang, not talking shit. Pow, pow, pow. Taking shots. Pow, pow.
so I had something that really was really disappointing to me recently. I had a nonprofit reach out to me asking for a donation, like for us to sponsor their event, right? So I asked them, I bartered with them because they're a membership. It's a place for kids to go, right? And you can have a membership
Like a
there.
party place.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to name it in case somebody from there is listening or whatever. But so, you know, so you can get a yearly membership to go here. So my proposal to them was, hey, you know, we would do this for you. This is what our value is. And if we could just do a trade, like you give me some memberships that I could give out to people that could be members at your place that would not be able to afford it. Like I would give this for free out to certain people. And they came back saying that they're going to go with another company that is not asking for a trade. And then when I found out who this company was, like they do events for like $200. And I was like seriously? Like you'd rather go with them than to get like
a nice experience from us. I mean, so I felt very, I don't know, I was sad. You know, I was willing to do this. I mean, granted, I was asking for something in return, but it wasn't going to benefit me in any way. You know, I wasn't going to like advertise myself it's like, hey, we're going to give you all these free memberships, blah, blah, blah. You know, I was going to like just give it to people that I know would love to have a membership at this place, but can't afford it otherwise.
Yeah.
But they didn't go
That
for
wasn't your client then. That's how I look
No.
at it.
I guess, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not everybody is your client. That's what people have to realize. Like, not
But it's
everybody is
wild.
going to be your client.
That's very true.
Yeah.
But that's a hard thing to grasp at first.
Yeah.
What?
not everybody's your
gonna be
client.
your client. Yeah, everybody should be my client.
When you're first growing and you're trying to establish yourself, and
Hey,
you know,
look at this.
people in our industry will always say like, that's not your client. Hey,
Oh, what's up,
who
man?
the
Hey,
heck is
guys.
not here?
What's up,
Damn,
Shane?
Who's that guy?
Hide your wives, hide your kids. The sailor is here.
Cannot believe we got Hal.
It's a really loud where I'm at right now, but I
We
give
hear you fine.
you guys want to sneak peek preview of what we got going on here?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Everybody
Show
that
us.
don't know, this is Hal.
Draft party.
We're here in, oh yeah, I'm Hal with Photo Booth Time,
He's in Chicago.
based out of Chicago. Been doing this since 2011. We're here with BMW
longer than
today,
me.
Cincinnati. We're doing 360 today, some data entry. We're having people fill out some forms here. Filling out forms, and then doing some
Imagine he gets
360.
yelled at.
Yeah. All right.
What you need is
Well-
a better router. That's
Don't
what
let
you
Wayne
need.
yell at you.
Yeah, somebody's gonna be like, "What are you growing? Why are you putting me on live? You
Yeah.
better jump on one day
Check
with
it in.
us."
He just hopped on to say BMW.
He just wanted to say that.
He does big stuff out there.
Yeah, he does pretty big stuff out there.
Yeah. But I was
You know,
saying
I was
like,
actually supposed to do a draft party tonight, but they didn't bite. It was supposed to be a 3-day draft party
dang it.
I'm
for an
surprised.
NFL team.
Those hurt.
Wait, was
Those
that you
hurt.
that said that? Or I thought that was Hal that said that.
No,
Oh, Hal's doing a draft
I was
party,
doing
too.
a draft party. I was doing a
Well,
draft party.
yeah. So yeah, no, I was gonna do one for like the Seahawks, but
Ooh.
Oh
Didn't
yeah,
work out.
I remember that. That was a no go.
yep,
They-
still sad about it.
You should have gave it to them for free.
I should,
Yeah.
right?
Kidding, I
Man,
kidding.
That's too
Man,
much
did you end
work.
up doing anything for WrestleMania, man?
Yeah, I've done a few for WrestleMania.
No, I mean this year. Like I did like 3 different quotes for 3 different because like it took over Las Vegas. Like every bar, everywhere is doing WrestleMania stuff, and I didn't land. I did 3 quotes and I didn't land any of them.
I do more of the 2K WrestleMania
That's Sony
with the video
PlayStation.
game. Anything that has to do with the video game 2K, I generally do with that.
So nothing
But-
last weekend here in Vegas with Raw and all the stuff that was going on here. Oh.
Yeah, I bet there's a lot of stuff all over the place. There's so much stuff going on, man. Especially with like the cool thing is like you have some people that you know in the industry that deal specifically with certain people, right? Like if I say Disney, we all know who deals with Disney, right? Aldo, right?
Billy
or
Pham.
well, yeah, and or if we say iHeartRadio, that's generally me, right? Or
Right.
we say something like Bose, who deals with Bose. Zach usually deals with Bose, but
You have
It's-
like
it's
specific
cool.
clientele.
yeah, it's crazy to have that clientele like stick to a like a
To a
person.
brand. Yeah.
To a brand, yeah. Like you deal with the airplane company, whatever the
Boeing.
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 Yeah, I was like, I keep on thinking Bart. I'm like, what the fuck, Bart? No,
It's
Boeing.
not that crazy. It's not that crazy though, because you have these relationships with these clientele, and you become like their friends. So the idea of them using someone else, that would be like them dropping a
No.
bestie
They're
and
cheating
finding a
on you.
new bestie.
It's not crazy to you, but it's crazy to like the other people. Like if I ever were to get inquiry from Boeing, I would message you and be like, hey, your client's contacted me. That's what I
Yeah.
would do.
Yeah.
Like me and Aldo, we do that a lot. Like when Disney contacted me, I contact him and I'll be like, hey, Disney's
But
contacted me. I don't know
someone
if
else-
this is.
Someone else also has Disney though. I'm
Ooh.
just saying, someone else
But
also
what I'm
has
saying
Disney
is,
too.
generally, he's
Yeah.
done most of the the thing is, Disney is all over the place, but he's
Yeah.
done most of the big stuff, right? It's just like iHeartRadio's all over the place. A lot of people have stuff all over the place, but I just do a lot of their stuff
You know,
on
Yeah.
their on
Even-
their tours and whatnot.
even within the inside, like let's say Disney, right? There's so much more stuff inside of Disney, like Lucasfilms, right? They do stuff like that's
Yeah,
part of Disney, but they're Lucas, So they're the one who's doing the event on behalf of Disney is involved, but Lucas is the one that's actually doing the event, or let's say Lego or something like that. There's a whole bunch of different things that's going on. Like even with the WrestleMania, like a lot of those things, like 2K on the WrestleMania is a separate thing than WrestleMania itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a good point that you're bringing that up, because sometimes when you're new, you
Mhm.
don't realize, like you
Mhm.
see some of us in the industry are like, dang, I didn't even get a shot at like the bid on that, and
Mhm.
you don't even realize you never had a shot on
Yeah,
that.
there was
because
no
that's
luck.
not- no,
Yeah,
no,
if you
like
want to bid on that, you're 10 years late.
yeah, like I wish I was joking, but like these
No.
clients
Yeah, you're
are
not.
so tied to like the companies and to the relationships that they have with each of the ones in our industry that like they'll put out their bids and stuff. Like I feel like these companies, a lot of these events, like they'll put out multiple bids, but they're usually, I want to say like high percentage, they're going to go with the guy that they've been using for years and years. So you really, even
Yeah.
if you did get a bid on it, you really didn't. You really had no chance at it if you got the bid at all. I'm just saying, like, so don't feel bad. You just got to build those
Yeah,
relationships.
don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Unless you screw up big time. Unless you screw up big time on them, then that's it. You're gone.
Yeah.
So I was talking to a producer of mine, and she kind of let me in on some of the secrets, right? And she's like, "Min, I'm generally always going to use you. However, I am going to have to ask other people for bids.
Yep.
There's a reason for this, and the reason is that my sponsors or my clients, they need to see other options. Now, yours might be the highest or like closer to the highest, and then we need to show them why. And so the invoices kind of show them that.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what price. Well, it does matter, but like in some scenarios, like the higher up stuff, the big activation stuff, it's not more so of like how cheap you are, but like what you bring or how you're connected with these people.
Yes.
Like I don't even email. I text. I'm like text message buddies with all my clients.
Yeah, it's not what you expect. It's not what you expect. Like I know when I first started, I had a partner very short time frame, and he used to tell me like, Lap, you got to be very professional on your emails. Like we've had this conversation on our last live, but like most of my clients is super casual. Like I be texting them, and it's a conversation similar to like conversations I have with friends. Because you have those relationships with your clients.
It gets casual, basically. That's why it is.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
yeah.
Do you guys
Yes.
hug your clients when you see them at the events?
Yeah,
I do.
I do.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, they hear when I'm on site.
Yes.
They hear me before they even
Jason
see
doesn't
me.
look like a hugger. Jason doesn't look like a hugger.
Not a hugger.
Jason's
I
like,
knew it. Jason, go ahead.
No, yeah, my clients, they're like, oh, I heard someone in the corner. I knew it was you before I even walked in, because I get like really like live. I'm like very engaging on site. So my clients already, and these are people who have not even heard my voice. They just know like the energy from me texting them and emailing them.
they're like, that must be Lap.
That must be her. Shit, that sounds like the one that's been texting us.
Must be.
Yeah.
You do relay your energy in text better than anyone I could think of.
And we talked about this too. Not everybody has the ability to do that. So you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna start texting people casual, and my clients will book me. Because if you don't,
people.
but if you're not,
Yeah.
if you don't have that
I see
vibe,
Jason. Hey, come here.
Next time I see you, man.
we all have different approaches. You got to figure out what works best for you and like how you connect with your client. So if you're more casual, connect with your client like that. If you're more on the professional side, that's to your benefit.
Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks. Yeah.
I just can't see Jason hugging somebody. It's so weird to me.
Man, if you get
Now I'm trying to think if I've ever hugged Jason, because I know
Have you
Jason.
ever hugged Jason?
Now I'm thinking about it. If I
Jason,
have,
you need a hug.
We're gonna
we're gonna jump him
so,
next year.
I'm a hugger, so I can't imagine not. Like even people
Yeah,
who are awkward who don't want to hug
you
me.
have.
Yeah, because I'll be like, "Come give me a hug," even if they don't want to give me a hug. I'm like,
See that? He said, I'm sure you have hugged him, but has
Yeah,
he hugged you back?
Oh
I,
yeah,
I don't be overthinking
I hug
that.
back.
I don't be
I hug back.
overthinking that.
Hug back.
I'm not a monster.
This guy.
Jason's gonna start hugging all his clients now from now on.
No.
But you guys, so we were talking about earlier about like that whole concept of like some clients are not your clients. The reason why I want to jump back to that is because it's such a hurdle when you're new, or even if you aren't new, if you've been doing this for a while, like it's hard to like grasp that idea. Did you guys struggle with that? And like what got you guys over that hump of realizing that not every customer is going to be your customer?
I forgot. Somebody told me not every customer is going to be your customer, and I don't remember.
But when
who
did
told
it
me that,
click
but it was,
though? Because people will
Yeah,
tell
you
you
see
that,
that
but when
from
did
day
it
one.
click?
You see it a lot.
Yeah, but when does it click for you guys?
Yeah, you're right. Because when you're
honestly, I don't know.
when you're new, you try to make every customer your customer. You bend over
Yeah.
backward. You don't.
You're basically trying to seal every sale.
Actually, I
Mhm.
think I could tell you when once the rates went up, right, and people are still like looking for the lower rates, and they email, they kind of like inquire, hey, can I get a photo booth for like X amount of dollars, way under where you're at that moment. Then you're like, hey, I think I gotta stop doing these type of events.
So you made the decision. You set a dollar amount that you were like, I'm not
Yeah,
going below this dollar amount.
exactly.
Yeah, I had that point with the dollar amount as well. But even like certain clients now, if they just rub you the wrong way, you just you gotta exit. You could just kind of feel some of those bad events or bad clients, people that you don't want to work with. Or just like I have a wedding coming up. We haven't even done her wedding yet. Maybe we did. I don't think so. But she paid top dollar for a wedding. I can't remember what she booked. I think Glamour. And she reached out and said, "Hey, I'm doing an open house, and I want a photo booth for my open house." And we sent her a quote, and she's like, "Why is this the same price as my wedding? Like it's an open house. She's a realtor, and I don't need the same thing for a 50-person open house as I need for a 200-person wedding." And I'm like, "Well, we might not be the best company for your open house because we don't have a stripped down version of what we do.
Yeah.
We're going to do the same stuff on the back end. We're going to send the same awesome staff. We're going to have tech support in our office while your event's going on." And
Tell them that?
that's I told her, and I said, it's cool.
You don't.
If you hire a different company for your open house, like the same thing with my limo and Uber scenario. Ubers are great, is a great company, but you don't want to take an Uber to your wedding. If it's your wedding, take the limo. But if it's your kid's birthday party, sure, you use the Uber. It's fine. And I'm not offended if you're going to use an Uber for your open house. That doesn't bother me. But
Yeah.
when it comes to your wedding and you need the reliability, you need the tech support, you need to make sure everything's perfect. Hire a company that's been around for a while, that's reviewed well, and has a reputation that your planner recommended. And I hope you have a great open house.
I had
Dude,
that conversation
Jason,
with one of my
I'm gonna
clients.
put that. I'm gonna put that in my pitch now.
Have
Thank
a
you.
great open house.
But,
No,
yeah,
not just that, but
We
just
want to
your
be your
scenario,
limo,
how you
not your
described it.
Uber.
The
that's a good
catchphrase.
one. We want to be
I've
your
had that.
limo, not your Uber. Yeah, I like
I've
that.
had
Use the limo.
I've had clientele like that too. I had a couple that used us for their wedding. They wanted like a great service for their wedding, and then a few years later they had kids, and they called me for like their kid's first birthday or something like that, and was like, "It's the same cost as my wedding. It's the same service. I mean, it's your event. It does. We don't pull back anything. There's nothing that we scale back on. And I understand you guys loved us for your wedding. We might not be the fit for your kid's first birthday, and I understand that because I'm a mom, so." I'm
Yeah.
definitely not hiring me for my
If you're
unless I'm doing one of those. There's people who do amazing first birthdays that are fancier than weddings. That's something different, but that's not me.
And it's the same thing. If you're going to go grocery shopping, if you call a limo and say, I'm only going grocery shopping, why is it so
Yeah.
much? Because
Yeah.
we're a limo.
Yeah.
If you're just going grocery shopping, call an Uber.
I like that. I learned something
And
new
there's
today.
and that's the thing. It's okay. Like you don't have to be offended by it. Like that's something that I learned through the years. Like we might not be the fit for you today, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to be a good fit for you later. So when something does come up that you think we're going to be a great fit for, dang.
Bro,
Oh,
just
you're
sit
not
down, bro.
talking, dang.
Just sit down.
Oh, there's my kids playing Molang music in the background.
That's
Sorry,
why you yawned right while I was saying. So like I
I wasn't yawning.
Oh, I thought you yawned. I'm sorry. But I've told my clients before. I've told my clients like, people who've reached out like we might not be the right fit for this specific event, but when an event does come up that you think we're going to be a great fit for, call us. And they've called me 3 years later, 5 years later, a year later, someone who maybe for their birthday, we weren't in their budget for the birthday, but they end up working for the city. The city calls us because of them, so don't ever give up just because they say you're expensive for that event.
You know what my wife said recently? She's like, I don't know why your clients pay you the price they pay you. And I was like, that's why you'll never be my client.
That's exactly it.
You
Priscilla has told me the same thing.
She doesn't
you
have
don't
to be.
you don't
She's
have
your
to be.
boss.
I'm not my client. Like, I would never, for a wedding maybe, but like, we're not, like, for instance, Min, right? Min does big, like, iHeart has a crazy budget that you men are never gonna have a budget for. Like, you're
That's
talking
true.
about totally different clients. You and your client are not the same person. So even if
That's true.
your client is willing to pay for you, doesn't mean that you would be willing to pay for yourself, because it's different people, different
Right.
events, different
You
budgets.
are not your client.
Yes.
Remember that.
Yeah.
That's going to be the talk of this. You are not your client, guys.
Yes. And once that connects, you're able to like step away from like the pricing, because that was a big thing for me. I always felt bad. Like, I always felt bad that like when a customer would tell me I was too expensive, because I would connect with that, like, oh yeah, I am expensive, because I would never. And when I pulled myself out of that equation, it changed my business.
Yeah, you guys helped me out though, like our little thing. Because back in the day, I wasn't doing what I was doing without like talking to you guys, and I mean, I felt like after that, when everything just you don't settle, you don't be like, hey, oh, I got a 750 budget, like kind of thing. I can't say numbers. I'm so sorry. I smack my mouth, but like when people say like they have a small lower budget than where they are, just don't take them out of like just because you want to grab all the business, because you won't really grow that way. I feel like you just if you just try to take everything that you can, and even do the ones that are not up to where where your amount is, right? You're gonna be like, hey, you're gonna be stuck there, like I felt like I was stuck there for a while, but now like there's a certain place where I need to be before I say yes to certain things. So and it's been great because you just got to give yourself the standard. Just feel that the job that you do is what you do. You do it the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like,
how.
have confidence.
Yeah,
Have confidence
confidence.
in your services.
No value.
Exactly. I'm a limo today. You heard?
So I
I'm
want
an
to know.
Uber X.
I want to. So
Uber
I want to
bike.
hear Min. When did you have that moment where you realized not everybody is your client? Like,
Man,
when
I
did
don't
it
know.
click?
I don't even remember what I did 2 days ago, let alone when something clicked to me. My memory is so
That's such a.
shit. Look, I lost my license like 5 days ago, and I can't figure out where the hell it is. I don't remember. I just have a horrible memory. I don't remember.
That's
That
true. You do. That
I
used
just
to get
don't
on my
remember.
nerve. I know. I
I'm
remember that.
sorry. Like it's been ridiculous, and I don't understand it. But
I think.
I don't know. I just know that when somebody contacts us and it says birthday party, I'm like,
Well, some of those budgets for birthday parties are pretty wild, though.
well, you know what? We're not in LA, see? Or
Yeah, LA
like,
is different. Yeah.
okay, LA is different, man. LA
Yeah,
is
we've got some
LA is
birthday
probably the only
party
place.
coming up this weekend. Crazy.
Vegas is like that, right? Like, Vegas has those
Yeah.
wild birthday parties. I don't cross anything off, because you never know.
They got it in New York
Baby
too.
showers.
Yeah, in New York they
You
have
know,
it.
there are a couple places that I cross off, which are fraternities and influencer things.
Yeah, that's true.
Those are the two things that I do not.
I was doing a lot of influencer events, and then Sean does a lot of
He does sorority
Yeah,
sororities.
sororities okay,
Sororities.
but fraternities
Yeah.
is
I turned out
No.
fraternities too.
Really? What's the difference?
They're trouble.
Are you crazy? Have you gone? Have you?
No, I don't get those
Well,
leads.
let's
I don't get those
try
clients.
not. I would not send you to a fraternity.
I don't get
Party.
those leads.
No,
Are they just wild, or they don't have the budget?
no, they're just wild, like drunk little kids
Yeah.
getting drunk and stuff.
But the
Like-
the stereotype that you have, for fraternities, it's
yeah.
true.
It's 100%. You don't watch the movies. All of that is true. It comes from a
You
place
guys-
of experience. The last time my guys went out, they almost got into a fight with some of the people. I'm like, oh my
Because
god.
they don't want to
Oh
respect
my
your gear.
gosh.
Yeah, they don't want to respect
They
nothing.
don't respect
These
your
kids
gear.
are privileged, you know. They don't want to. No, that's where I draw the line. No fraternities, and influencers are like
We did a lot of
they
those
could
events for
afford
a
it.
long time.
Yeah. Ismail said, "Do you think that if you are cheap, you can build a premium brand?"
I'm
I mean,
cheap.
I would say no because
No,
what
I'm not.
happened.
I'm not.
That's a good question.
I
That's a
can
good question.
I can say this. So the thing is, how much you throw in your R&D is how much you make, right? So if you can make more money, you throw more of the time and effort and more money into and research and development and new equipment and things like that. Like you can't if you're cheap. Let's say there's this like let's say a robotic arm kind of thing. You wouldn't be able to buy it off the bat. You know, if you're like, when would you be able to get it if you're not charging the full
I think
price?
he means
Yeah.
more of the like the price of your photo booth, though.
Ishmael, is that what you mean?
Like I don't know, because you were talking about like not being your client and stuff like that. But maybe I'm wrong. It's like if what I
Something
assume.
premium if you never experienced premium yourself.
So that's
That's
true.
a
Either
stanchions
way,
question.
I mean
That's a red
that
carpet and
was
stanchions
definitely like a
question.
mental hurdle that I had early
Yeah.
on. Like I couldn't resonate charging more because I didn't value myself
Yeah.
more, and that was a really hard like step to get past. And at one point, I just had to force it because I couldn't continue operating at what I was charging, and ultimately just had to, even though I didn't feel like I was worth that value, I had to increase to that value or else stop operating. And the more people kept paying, and the more we kept booked, and the more we kept increasing our charges, our amount, I think that just built it up in my head.
Yeah, the confidence.
It's very hard if you think that you're not worth it. It's very hard to make those words come out of your mouth and quote higher prices.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead, Billy. Go.
Yeah, because Ismail said about experiencing premium, right? So basically, he's right in a way where because you have to like actually have done a really nice premium event to say, hey, or somebody has to have shown you, like, you know, hey, I'm doing such a premium event. I'm making 10 grand off of this event, kind of thing. Then you'll be like, hey, wait a second, I can do that too, and I can do it better. I can make more money, you know. So he's like basically just touching the fire, feeling the heat. Then yeah, I think that's probably like the biggest thing. You know, if you never actually were able to do a premium event, you're stuck at fraternity, sorority parties, nobody's seeing you to hire you for like a Sony project or something else, then you're gonna really, you know, obviously be on something like this. You know, obviously somebody brought me into these bigger events and showed me the way. So that's why during that time I was able earlier, before anything, I was able to grow into these kind of like, hey, yeah, these are the events that I want to be doing.
Yeah, your scope of understanding grows with more experience. So like when you're new, you think the stanchions, the red carpet, the crazy props, you think all of that is like premium stuff. So you're selling it to your client like, this is premium. We got red carpet, we got the stanchions, this is VIP experience. And then when you start having the opportunity, and this is where like white labeling and like partnerships with like other industry professionals in your area and like networking and stuff, this is where that becomes really valuable, where you are, what Billy was saying, you get pulled into these events and you actually see like what a high-end activation looks like, and it's nothing what you imagine. You don't imagine it to be as bare as it is, because that's not, when you first start, most of us don't think that that's premium, but once you've been in it so long, you realize like these clients want clean setups, you know, like nothing messy, nothing over the top. Like those red carpets and stanchions, to you as like a consumer, it might be high end, but for a clientele, that is messy, you know, like all those props
That's
and all
cheesy.
it's cheesy, but you don't realize it until you have the opportunity to like either white label with somebody or like go and work an event for somebody. That's why like if another boother reaches out to you and, you know, you have like some kind of ego, like, no, I don't want to be working this event because I want to get paid. It's like, you don't even understand how much of a value you will have just
learning
coming
experience.
up. Yeah, the learning experience of like being able to see an event that you typically would not be exposed to. And I know there's some people in my area that like have helped me, and you know, they are able to learn new skills, new experiences that they can bring that they never even realized that they could sell as a service, you know.
I
I think somebody could still be what's it called, successful even if they were cheap, because then they don't look more towards the
it's volume.
Premium part. It's about the volume. It's about the quantity instead of the quality.
Yeah,
so,
there's a few companies. Yeah, there's a lot of companies like that.
there's one company right now that you guys all know,
Are
which
we
is
are we talking
called.
about
Who are you talking about? What's the start? Mine starts with a P.
one? Are we
Might as well
talking
say
about
It
the
starts
one
with a
Pixar.
that?
P.
Might as well
Are
do
It
we,
starts with a
P4.
P. Is
Yeah,
it
like,
Pixter? Is it Pixter? Yeah.
was
Pixter, the
gonna
cheapest
I was
photo booth
gonna
company in the
I
world.
was I was gonna. They're a manufacturer now.
yeah.
They're
Well,
booth company
you know
and
how
a
much they were making
manufacturing.
before COVID? Do y'all even know this?
No, I
They were
don't know
making.
this.
They're doing a lot of
They're making a
volume.
lot of money. No,
Guess how
volume.
much? Guess how much they were making before COVID?
How
Pixter.
much?
Pixter. I'm just guess. Pixter.
They clear a
Pixter.
million. They probably clear a
They're
million a year.
A million?
Yeah, yeah. I
Huh?
think they clear a million a year.
I was
That
gonna say 6 or 7 figures because you can see their volume.
Yeah, it certainly has to be over $1 million.
over a million? 10 million.
Yeah.
10 million.
And they stopped paying people after the IKEA event.
10 million.
Yeah, I
So
wonder
that's why they
what
got
their
10
net
million,
was
bro.
on that, though.
But that was before Glambot. So
Yeah.
I don't
It's
even know.
wild. But
I don't
yeah,
even know what
volume.
Glambot is now.
But
So
yeah, volume, you
just
can definitely make money. But see, that's the thing.
yeah,
How many of us can actually run a volume based event? Like how many of us can actually do that successfully?
exactly.
That's the thing. You gotta know where you stand. Because if you're not doing volume and you're pricing it cheap, you're just not gonna you're gonna barely, if you're lucky, barely break even.
That's
Or
right.
make
That's
what like a
exactly right.
minimum wage employee might make
Yeah.
after you pay all your taxes and stuff.
The problem is you have such
Business
razor
costs.
thin like margins that one bad event, one refund really really hurts. really. But like what happened with Pixter? I mean, I don't know what the details are of the IKEA event, but whatever happened there.
Billy just
Was
mad
that?
he didn't get paid.
Dude, I didn't do it. I don't think it was actually. I think it was wrong. Was it hipster or Pixter?
It was
Could be hipster, too.
It was hipster.
It was
yeah.
hipster. Sorry, Pixter.
I wasn't involved, so
Defamation
No,
it
sorry.
didn't impact me.
Yeah, it didn't impact me either because I said no to them. So yeah, it
we
wasn't.
passed also.
Yeah, we passed out on that. So I was like, but a lot of
I
people
could have
did it.
passed.
A lot of people did it.
I recall getting approached, but I'm not 100%
Yeah.
positive. I'm pretty sure I probably was like, yeah, no.
Why don't you do a
Listen.
search in your email for Pixter? Let me look.
I mean, we all have like a certain, like for you to take on a job, it has to be worthwhile for you, regardless if
Yeah.
it's a client or a white label. It has to be worthwhile for you. So probably wasn't.
Yeah, that's right.
So you can be successful either way it goes. One, if you want to be cheap, it's all about quantity. I'm talking a lot.
You need an army.
Two,
Crazy
if you want to work smarter, not harder, then it's about premium and quality.
But most of us, most of our industry is single operators, though. So
Yeah, and it goes right back to the same scenario of the Uber and the limo. You could be the limo, and Uber is incredibly successful as well, not being a limo.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah,
room
You
for
can be an
everybody in that
Uber
market.
pretending to be a limo.
Don't talk about me like that.
I mean, Uber really was like the hipster. They just outsourced all the drivers.
You're muted, man.
I was saying, Ishmael is the one that's doing my website and my SEO. Just FYI.
Likewise,
Anybody
same thing.
wants him
I
to
have to get
on
back
top
to
of.
you, Ishmael. I'm sorry.
My meeting
Have
with
to
him
get
is
back to
tomorrow.
him.
My meeting with him is tomorrow morning. So hopefully, let's
He's
see where
doing a
it goes.
great job right now. Him and his
Mhm.
guys.
I don't
Yep.
have my stuff together like you guys do with all that stuff. So
You know what I told him to do? I just told him to copy your site and put it on my site, man. Like
Yeah,
shut
we're
up.
gonna have a meeting here soon, Ishmael. Because I would
It
like
was-
to show y'all, but I don't want to show you now.
No, you don't have to show me. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm kidding. I'm
This
kidding.
guy.
I don't want to
This
copy. I always say it, but you guys don't take me literally. I have never.
I know.
Billy
Take
jokes
it
around
easy.
a lot.
Jody jokes around too.
Well,
he
you
jokes
know,
around a
my
lot.
face does show up somewhere in his thing.
Yeah, it does. But you gave it to me. You said you gave. So the thing is, I had never did a my own card in it, like back in the day. So I made a deck. I was like, yo, I do this, but I've been white labeling, so I can't just like take other people's cards and show. And then Sean was like, hey, use mine. All right.
Yeah,
I was like flipping through
don't
there one day. I was like, wait,
That's me.
Don't be stealing other people's content. Like, if you have friends in the industry, reach out to your
Yeah.
friends and see if they'll let you use their content. Do
Yes.
not steal. Don't be going on some random person's page and stealing their 360, their trading card content. Like, try to find a friend and be like, hey, can I use your content that you have? That way,
I don't know.
you know.
I feel like if I took your content, I would be doing you a favor.
Or just do a free event.
Do a
I'm
free event.
it would be giving you exposure. It would be a compliment to you to take your video and put it on my website.
Oh
you
my
should be
gosh.
thanking me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we already know where that's going. We already know after
I know
that
where
already, you
That
guys.
happened before. She reached out to someone that stole her content, and they took the approach that she should be grateful that that she.
Yeah.
My work was substantial enough to be stolen. You guys do not steal my content, okay?
Damn, they said that?
Bro, that's your friend.
Let's
Look.
not steal anybody's content, y'all.
Look.
Like, make some friends in the
Look.
industry. Most of us, if you're friends, if you're good enough friends with somebody, they'll usually.
Yes.
I probably have, you know, some of your guys' stuff on my website for all I know.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot. My website is not like Min, so my website doesn't sell a lot.
Excuse me, don't bring my website up in here.
I'm gonna go steal all men's.
My stuff is more like referral based, so it's more like relationship based and stuff. So my website doesn't
Yeah,
sell a
Ishmael to
lot.
put all watermarks on my shit. All
Yeah, you
watermarks
should.
on my shit.
You should,
Tired of this.
because
God damn, now I gotta
Yeah,
get all
watermarks don't
watermarks on
matter
my shit.
anymore.
Q-Pix, all of them. Goddamn.
AI pulls watermarks
I
so
love my
easily
little-
now.
you
I know,
can
so
I
actually
know, with
use
the AI,
watermarks
it's-
really.
it's
Yeah.
pointless.
Yeah, Shutterstock is in trouble with.
You have to basically line every part of the screen with.
That's what the
Yeah, I just
cruises
don't
do. The
I
cruises
just don't
do
even
that.
want to
It's
do
like,
it anymore.
yeah.
I mean, Lap, you took one of our pictures of my family, your family. She removed all the watermarks on it.
Okay, I just want to make it clear it's
Hypocrite.
because the cruise wouldn't let me buy it after the fact.
Yes, you're right.
It wasn't that I didn't want to buy
I
it, you
know.
guys. I don't want. Let's put that out there. I was not trying to steal nobody's images. It's just they closed off selling.
Yeah.
They closed off selling the images because you had to buy the
Yeah.
package beforehand.
Yeah, that just sucks.
Fun.
That just
Well,
sucks.
you know what, guys?
Yes.
Let's talk about what new equipment we just purchased. New
Oh.
stuff, because I'm tired of talking about trading cards. I'm tired of it. What new shit
For
have
real.
we been getting into it?
Well, I mean,
I
if you
gotta tell
talk
you
about the new
guys-
shit you're getting into, then you're gonna have to. I mean, you're going to expose it everywhere to our
No,
14
it's not
people
new
listening.
stuff. Like I just bought like 5 Robo Sketchers, more sketch bots.
I haven't bought
I
that
just-
yet. I've marketed it pretty hard, and I haven't had any bites.
Really? Man, I've been selling a lot of it.
These are the ones that you got to show people, I think. Like, you literally show people. So, yeah, I bought 3 of those, too. Thanks to Min. Make us
I showed
spend.
it to Billy and made him buy it.
I just bought 3, too, myself. But, no, I mean, I think this is stuff that you really have to really do crazy content on and then really kind of share that you're doing it like this now, you know. Some cool video. Somebody has to edit your video and make it really, really dope.
Yeah, or just do it on site at one of the larger activations that you have.
Yeah.
Do it for free. Because off of the vet that I just did, we got two more inquiries for bookings.
So you can white
Yeah, I
label.
can see that being an in-person like
for,
lead generator.
things.
You gonna white label me in New York, Min, for those? Come on, man.
I told you I got my guy over there.
Yeah, I know. All good. Where did Lap
But if
go?
we busy, bro. If we're busy. She probably got disconnected.
Yeah.
But man, I have to say that it's easy, man.
Yes.
The robot thing is easy until it's not. Because we did it for 2 days, right? The first day was nonsense chaos because the fucking pen would just hit the side of the thing, and it would just discalibrate it.
Mhm.
And so when it's discalibrated, it'll start drawing, but then it's off line, so it's drawing in the wrong area. And then you try to stop it, but then that cancels the photo that you're drawing, so then you got to reprocess that other photo while trying to it's a whole ordeal. But like the next day, 0 problems because I calibrated it correctly to where the pen doesn't. Or I made my, I used my my new printout ones.
It's like somebody
Where
knocks your
and then
shit.
stupid little kids, bro. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I freaking hate kids, man. FDK. Fuck them kids. I fucking hate them, man. God, it's not like bitch. You've been sitting there for like 10 minutes watching the damn pen. You think you're gonna pull the pen? Like the robot draws. Don't be snatching the pen.
Yeah.
And then a kid comes up and he sees the robot. Oh my god.
Oh man, I can't wait. I mean, I done one event, but I can't wait until I get all these 3 robots out at the same time.
Yeah.
So how many do you have now, man? You say you got 5 more?
5, 8. We got 8.
Yeah,
Is
2 from
that
before.
the max that one kiosk can operate, or one computer, or
No.
whatever it is?
Up to 5 each. So I have 2 licenses. Actually, I got 2 licenses from 2 different companies, trying to pinpoint which one is better. I have one from, Photo Mosaics. And I got another one.
Photomaster?
No, not Photo. No. Photo Mosaics. Not Photo Master. The Mosaic guys with
Right.
the drone.
I thought they were the only 2 people selling it, though. Who else is selling
No,
it?
there's 3. There's 3. There's Photo Mosaic, Photo Masters, and then Vlad is the guy's name.
Vlad, yeah, Vlad.
It's not even name of the software. It's just Vlad.
No, there's this
Vlad
guy.
Photo Masters.
It is a selfie sketch.
Yeah, selfie sketch. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. A sketch selfie. I forgot which one it was.
It's one way or the other.
Yeah.
Selfie sketch.
Yeah. So I mean,
I like it. I mean, the other 2, you're talking about an annual subscription versus one. The other one is a one-time fee.
Yep, one-time
You
fee.
can't beat that.
That's the Vlad's is a one-time fee?
Yeah.
Vlad's, yeah.
Hey,
and
I
both
think
of them have a max of 5 on both of them?
All 3
Arms?
of them have a max of 5, I believe, on all of them. I've used ours for a max of 3 so far, but I think I bought 5 more so that I could send one out to David. That way we have 4 and 4. Because it just gets caught up whenever it's trying to draw. Adding another one, I think, will relieve some of that pressure.
So, with your experience in events, it sounds like you don't think 3 is sufficient. 3 is not enough.
Oh, 3's enough. But my events are crazy, man. I'm about speed. I need quantity at my events to get this out, right? Quality is there regardless, but now we need to get them out faster. Because we're talking about huh?
Hey, somebody asked if you made your own bases.
I make my own bases actually.
Where's mine?
Are you gonna sell them or what?
These are yours.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the issue I was having where the pen would do this. Check it out. It would go here and then it would hit the side.
Yeah.
And then it would, and so I cut the side off.
Nice.
So now it don't hit no more.
Yeah, nice.
Are those on your Etsy shop or on the 3D website, the 3D print website?
Oh, it's on my 3D print website. I haven't really said anything too much about it yet, but
yeah,
if you're listening on, you're more than welcome to go look at it.
Damn, you just endorsed like mad people today on this podcast.
Hey, man, this is about the.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Ain't nobody's paying us to do any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like we're here to help support everybody, you know.
You're right. Exactly.
But I haven't used Photo Masters one yet. I only know about Al's, the Photo Mosaic one. The Photo Mosaic one's probably the best one right now, just because it has the text feature. It has the what's it called? The slideshow. That slideshow is pretty cool.
Which one has that?
What's Photo Mosaic?
Oh.
Like once it draws it, it shows up on a slideshow.
Mm.
And you can put it on the TV in the background, which will
that's pretty dope.
Encourage more people to come. I mean, you can do that. You can do that with Breeze as well, with any of the other programs. To be honest, if you have Breeze Slider, let's go Viewfinder,
Mountain View, or something like that.
I forgot what it's called, but you can do it with one of Breeze's software. What other equipment have you guys?
Oh, but Dan, he's selling them my photo booth DT. Dan. Just to answer your question,
light stands. Today, that's all.
Let's see them. We heard about the light stands.
Well, I mean,
I don't think I've bought anything.
I already had one. But I went and bought more. But here's the one I have. So it's like this.
Oh, okay.
It has these wheels down here.
Thing, right?
Yeah, nice.
This light, this slides up and down right here. So
yeah,
that's dope.
So I just have a strobe up here.
How much? Under how much?
$75.
$150.
They go for $200, but I got it for $75. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
So
That's pretty damn cheap.
Yeah, the base is really heavy, so I like that. And then I bought I have a laptop thing that I'm gonna mount here too. So it's down here now, but
That's your
so
headshot
there's
station right
another one.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much what I'm gonna use it
that's what
for.
you use on the headshot station.
The headshot station right there. Pretty nice. Good job.
Now I'm gonna have 3 of them now. I really don't need 3, but it was cheap.
You don't need. See, I knew you didn't need that, bro. I tried to tell you to save your money.
No, you can't pass
God,
that up.
Can I send you a label?
Nope.
Just send me one. I'm not gonna buy one of those too.
you definitely don't need it, bro.
I don't need it.
You got 2 arms. You definitely don't need
But
it.
because you can't even get the actual pistol grip add-on on Adorama right now, it's all back order. It's pretty popular. But if
Why
you
are we
buy
just looking at
the,
your neck right now, Sean?
I don't know, it's probably frozen.
No, I see you.
No.
I think it's
You
just
see
his
his whole face?
device.
Yeah, I see his
Yeah,
own face.
Yeah, I see from his desk to his ceiling.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. His little phone says 748?
It's because I have my landscape when it's
But
when
yeah,
I
no,
extend it
I was
out.
saying the grip is pretty popular. It's on back order on Adorama. But if you buy the whole stand, it comes with 1 grip. But if you want
I have a
additional
pistol grip.
grips,
I don't know what I do. I have a
Pistol
brand new pistol grip in my other warehouse. In Brooklyn storage. I should mess with that too. Pistol
All right,
grips.
we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna try to keep these to about 90 minutes, and we're over 90 minutes now. So
Oh
last
shit!
time
All
we
right.
ran over 2 hours.
My bad. My bad. All right.
Wrap it up.
keep talking.
So yeah, thanks to anyone that popped in with your questions. We'll be back here next month. Nicholas Rhodes did confirm he wants to join next month, so he's going to move some things around in his schedule to make it happen. So if you got any questions for him as well, come hang out with us.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, guys. Peace.
To keep the conversation going, join our Facebook group, Pro Booth Talk Community. If you enjoyed this podcast, consider showing your support by subscribing, liking, reviewing, or sharing this topic with someone in the industry.